Our Parsha finds the Israelites in a very desperate situation. They've left Egypt, they've been traveling in the wilderness for 7 days, and they come to the shore of the Red Sea. And behind them is the entire Egyptian army with all of their chariots. They're in a terrible state. The sea in front, the Egyptians behind, the desert on all sides. What are they going to do? And Hashem says to Moshe, just wait, let them stand still and they'll see the salvation of Hashem. And as they see the Egyptians today, they will not see them forevermore. And this is when the incredible splitting of the sea happens. The Jewish people, the Israelites, are allowed to pass through the sea to dry land, and they are saved, and the Egyptians are engulfed in the sea. And the Torah describes how the sea was split. That entire night there was a pillar of fire that prevented the Egyptians from coming into the Israelite camp. And God caused this incredible wind to blow the whole night. And then in the morning he says to Moshe, raise up your hand, raise up your staff, and the sea will split. And so it was. The sea split and they all went through it. And when they came out on the other side, Hashem said to Moshe once again, raise up your hand and the sea will return to its natural state. And so he did, and the Egyptians were covered by the sea. Rav Mordechai Gifter, the great Rosh Yeshiva of the Telzer Yeshiva, asked a very interesting question. Whenever Moshe was told to lift up his hand, to take his staff, that indicated that something miraculous was about to take place. The 10 plagues, or in this case, the splitting of the sea. These are things that don't happen naturally. They're completely supernatural. That's why he has to raise up his staff or raise up his hand. But when they came through the sea, and now the sea had to go back to its natural path, that's not something miraculous. That's just returning to nature. If that's just returning to nature, then why did Moshe have to do an act that seemed to indicate that he was about to do something supernatural? And Rav Gifter answered as follows. He says, because we make a fundamental error. We think that there is nature and there is supernature. There are miraculous things. What Hashem was demonstrating to Moshe is that just as much as it is a miracle to split the sea, so too is it for a miracle for the sea to return to its natural path. That too is part of Hashem's control of the world. In fact, Nachmanides describes this in the book of Shemot. He says, we get the wrong impression. We think that there is nature and there is Hashem who is above nature. No, nature itself is also a miracle. We're just so used to it, we don't realize that it's a miracle. But it's just as miraculous, and God has to continue putting input into the world the whole time, otherwise it will not work. It's not that he just created the world and it's on autopilot. No, he has to continue to make sure that the world works. So whether it is splitting the sea or putting the sea back to its natural state, everything is tachat yad Hashem. It's all under the hands of Hashem. He is indeed in control of everything, and there is nothing but him. I wish you a Shabbat Shalom.